So, yeah, so this game takes a long time to load, but this is Rust. So this is going to be a new series along, and I'm going to try and run alongside Apex. I'm not going to play Rust silently, like I run Apex silently. I'm going to try and um, I'm going to try and do more recorded content with voiceover. Um, along with my tutorials and stuff that I do for college. But Rust is something that I've been really enjoying of recent. I got quite hooked into some Rust videos. And to be fair, a lot of people, a lot of people probably hate me for saying this, but it does feel a lot like Minecraft for adults. So I'm kind of laughing a little bit when I chuckle a little bit when I say that. But yeah, it feels like a Minecraft for adults. So it takes such a long time to load on this PC. I'm not entirely sure why. But yeah, so it's essentially, think of it as it's a survival game. It's been around for a long time. I think it came out in 2014. And the idea is you essentially dumped in the middle of an island, naked, and you run around and you have to compete against other players. Now, it's not exactly the same as that because there are other servers where you can just do PvE. So I'm going to be filtering between the two servers. So I'm going to in this particular video, I'm going to show you what um, I've done on the PvE server, and then subsequent videos will be on PvE and bonus PvP content. And the only reason why I'm doing it subsequently is because the PvP servers are so hardcore. I really have only played a couple of times on it. I managed to establish myself in a quiet area in one of them, and I died multiple times doing that. But also, the name of the game is to keep it fresh. So every couple of weeks or a week, depending on what server you're on, it wipes. So it's like you're always started out again, and it requires a lot of time to record. It means it's not always going to be possible for me to do it because of the voiceover element that I want to include in this. So I'm going to start playing this game, and I'll show you the server I'm playing on, and it'll be irrelevant to you guys because you won't be able to see me. You might be able to get my map, but the server I'm playing on at the moment currently will wipe on Tuesday. So sorry, we'll wipe on Thursday. So when it means wipe, what will happen is it will restart the server. So everybody starts naked. Everybody starts with no blueprints or anything like that. Now the three servers I play on mainly, this is what I'm going to show you today: the PVE server, the Relic Europe server, and then I've got two that I like to play on. So Wildrum solo only. I do play on there occasionally. Again, as a solo, it's very difficult in this game. And then there's the Eco Kingdom, which is Sebi K's Eco Kingdom. So Sebi and Wildrum are the two people who got me into this game by their YouTube videos. So I do recommend you go watch them. And they are excellent YouTube creators, content-wise, and they stream regularly and things like that. So don't have a look. Please do go check their content out. But I play on Relic because it's PvE and it's just getting started, getting to understand the game and things like that. You can see my ping's quite high on here, so somebody's streaming on my network at the moment. So it's not going to be the most brilliant. So I'm going to pause the recording at this point, and I'm going to then give the chance for the server to log in, which will take about 20 minutes now. Take about 2 or 3 minutes because it just takes forever to load. I don't know whether I need to move this over onto the SSD maybe, or I'm not sure. I'm going to look into this, see if it's just taking that length to load. Interestingly enough, I did spend some time practicing, so I built. I'll show you these. So I built some stuff on here to kind of like for putting onto the skins and stuff. You have to get these authorized by. You can see how long it takes to load. You have to get it authorized by Steam to get it to work. But I'll show you when it loads. I'll show you exactly what I mean. Here we go. Should be loading up. There we go. So this is my garage door that I made. So I've been kind of learning how to skin. It's not difficult once you kind of get the gist of it. Okay, so that's the garage door that I made. So just the Naked Ninja garage door. There's a t-shirt. I made a sleeping bag, and I was testing the boxes. Now this was really cool. It took me a little bit of a while, but I eventually got it. Oh, why is it not applied to the skin? Oh, I'll show you the skin. Test box. Oh, there we go. It's applied the skin. So I made a hazmat skin. It was actually one of the YouTubers, I think it was Seb, he said, "Oh, why has nobody ever made a hazmat box?" So as a challenge, I challenged myself to make a hazmat box. That's what we've got. I'm quite chuffed with that. Anyway, I'll move into the main game. I'll pause the video at this point, and I will show you a little bit of what's been happening while I've been on the Relic server. So bear with me just a couple of minutes, and I will be back with you, and you can see what's going on.
2 hours later.
Okay, so it's just about finished loading. I think it's taken approximately about 4 minutes maybe. Again, don't ask me, I'm not entirely sure. So normally when you start on Rust, you wake up on a beach completely naked, but as you can see, I've been playing a little while. So I'm just going to give you a quick run through of the base that I have of this PvE server. So these are garage doors, so they're like top tier stuff apart from maybe armoured. So Rust, you come in and you can see from around here, it's a huge map. There's only about 12 people on the server on this one, so if I think it's pop. There we go. I might come up a second. Currently 14 people awake. So the idea in Rust is to survive, and survive in very different ways. So I've spent some time. I like doing the PvE because it gives me time to A, practice, and B, try out different base builds and stuff. But a lot of people on the PvE, as you can see, are roleplay bases, so have proper houses and things like that. You know, and the whole idea is, can you get food? Can you get this? So I have this as a plant. Obviously, as a planter box, so I can plant seeds and things in here. I've got water catcher, so if I want to go and have a drink, I can go have a drink out my water catcher. So I was pressing E to interact. I've got windmill for sustainable energy, you know, green energy. Solar panels, so I'll just jump up on the top of here. So we've got solar panels, as you can see. We've got large battery, medium battery, this one, sorry, so this is stores electricity, charges over the time when I'm not on the server. So a lot of the time I get a lot of stuff. So the whole idea, technically, if you're playing PvP, is to build the base and defend yourself and survive in Rust. PvE, it's much more about role-playing. So if you can see in here, I've got a nice little balcony. I can sit out on a night time. You know, I've got this little lantern, so this little lantern turns it on. And if you notice when I go and stand on these rooks, turn the fire on, there's a little on the bottom right hand side where it says upkeep time privilege and comfort. Comfort allows you to heal faster and do stuff. Now you heal faster by having rugs and comforting items like fireplaces and things like that. I am literally bear rug king. I've got bear rugs everywhere. Partly because I find them, I haven't actually killed the bear, I don't think, in this wipe yet. So we get broken fridges, which keep bear meat in. Oh, I've killed the bear then. You can kill pigs, boar, deer, the lot. You get workbenches. This is a tier 1 workbench, tier 2 workbench, sorry. And if you go into there, you can essentially research items. So you can see I've researched a lot of blueprints. I've built doing cars and stuff like that, electronics. And it's just setting challenges. So these are boxes that you have to eventually upgrade to. You can see I've got lots of resources in there, wood and stone. The problem with PvE is eventually you kind of run out with things to do, other than run scrap and shoot scientists. But there are PvE raiding type things you can do. So, but often other people are doing them, so you have to be really careful about it. So you can set up electrics. You can see if I switch this on, my lights will turn on. If I switch this one on, my lights in here turn on. And I can play. Here we go, Radio 4. Radio 4 directly off the internet. And I can change it. I can put, you can see what was stuff. Stick Radio 1 on. So that's pretty cool. So I'll just turn that off. So yeah, the whole thing is, it's like having a life. It's like Second Life, but for the thingy. So usually at the start of a wipe on this particular server, people give you loads of drops. So there's loads of airdrops and stuff, so you get a good starting basis. So this is a kit I put together for a newbie who joins late to the server. I've got stuff for jackhammer and sources. So the chainsaw is the top end. It allows you to get wood. Jackhammer allows you to go get stone and stuff. I'll give you a quick demo of these as well. But we'll take so this is all the different guns I've collected or blueprinted. I've got composite longbows, which is a double bow, crossbow, bolt action sniper rifle. So you see, there's loads. There's absolutely tons. I'll just grab a melee weapon. You'll do. So there's zombies and stuff on here. I'm not gonna show you the wood gathering because that's no. Actually, I will. I'll show you quickly everything. So you know, try and get in the habit of like protecting your base and stuff. It doesn't matter on PvE. So yeah, look, you can see I've got furnaces. So I can use these to cook up low grade fuel. When I have low grade fuel, I can fuel certain items like cars and things like that. I've got a horse, which I occasionally run. I think it probably needs feeding today. Yeah, his health's a bit down, so I'll go get it. We've got these big furnaces, which allow me to smelt metals and sulfur. So metals can be used for upkeeping your base. Sulfur can be used for various things like guns. So this is my sub base. So this is my garage base, as it were. So this is a large battery. So this powers this building. Got flamethrowers everywhere. Rockets launchers for taking one of the bosses in the game called Heli. Then I've got my little sub garage where I've got my car. So this, if I want to have my thing on, I could drive this around. I've got vending machines, so vending machines allow me to sell things. So I'm selling grenades and stone and things like that to people. You need to get that up early normally. So that's low grade. This is low grade fuel, which I was talking about. So when you, so let's just stick that there and like that. So when you've got a chainsaw or a car, you can add low grade into it by reloading your gun or opening the fuel box. So I'll just go out and see if we can quickly find a scientist before I kind of finish this video off. So you can see you've got lots of stuff around you. There's other players. In PvE, we're all friendly, it's not toxic, it's just, like I said, for me it's Minecraft with adults, it's just enjoyable, it's just relaxing. You're not stressing over things. Not fighting with people for competition and getting killed. If you want to do competitive, you need to go PvP, and it can be quite the toxic environment, especially if you've just done a huge farm and somebody comes along and kills you. So this is loose stone, so I can just pick that up, and that means it goes into my inventory as such. And then there's some loose sulfur. Thanks very much. So we're going to quickly run over this way, and we're going to see if we can find a scientist, because normally they spawn on a night, so but I get to show you some of the barrels and stuff as well that we do. You can also see, if you look at the bar at the bottom of my hotbar at the bottom, you can probably see that each item has like a green bar next to it, which means the condition of the weapon or item. And once that reduces to 0, it breaks, so you have to then fix it. And then it gets, the more you fix it, the quicker it breaks, essentially. And eventually it'll just break forever. So these are part and parcel of so this is only a small bit, this is the small bit of I know. But this is part and parcel of Rust, so you get these little islands, I call them, where you get barrels and boxes and stuff, and you're picking up and looting everything from it. And these bits of loot then go and allow you to go and do stuff, so you'll see I'll be picking stuff up called scrap. So scrap is the currency of the game, really. So some low grade. So scrap, that one, you can use to research and you can trade for it as well. Okay, so that means you can actually get items using scrap from other players, or you can essentially research into scrap. So, hey, give me that metal off. It's a tiny bit laggy. Also, my PC, for some reason, doesn't run this very well at all. I've reduced all the rendering down and everything just to kind of get it to run at 60 FPS. It's quite the resource hog. Okay, so hopefully when we get round here there'll be a scientist. No scientist. Right, keep running, keep running. Unlike Counter-Strike and Apex Legends, you don't run faster with a melee weapon out or with your gun tucked away. You just run the same speed. So heard something toppling along to the left, to the right of me. You can see how that lags so much. And remember, I've got a relatively decent PC. I've got I've got a Ryzen 7 with 32 gigs of RAM, and also got a 570 XT in here, and it's really struggling. it struggles more while I'm recording, I think. Right, okay, let's keep going. You might hear a little bleep. If you hear a bleep, that means there's a scientist nearby. Also, just broke a big rule no there in Rust, which is I didn't despawn the item spawn, so I only nicked something out of it. I should be breaking everything if I do it, and taking stuff out I can't carry. So no scientists so far. I feel like there'll be one over here. It's been completely unlooted, so that means not many people on the server. But I'm not seeing anybody walking around. Okay. So there's things called monuments. So this is a small monument. This is an abandoned supermarket. So normally when you come in here, you can find food, water, you know, essentials. For some reason on this particular server, people like the anti-rad stuff. So these ones, anti-radiation pills. So I've been collecting them because I can get some good items off the anti-rad stuff. And I need some apples for my horse. Right, but they also have items and boxes and stuff on here, so you can see I'm getting crates. On this particular one, around the corner, there's a military crate, or normally there's a military crate. Also, another huge thing for Rust, and this is one of the big things, grinders. So this helps you recycle stuff that you just don't need. So if I throw, let's keep that in there, get rid of that. Or if I just do this, so I'm right clicking at this point. Okay, turn that on. It'll grind down all the items into the composite parts, which means I can run off and just grab some loot. Ooh. So normally when I do this, I loot absolutely everything, and I end up with about 300 scrap. In a non-PvP server, I would not be able to do that. Sorry, in a PvP server, I wouldn't be able to do that. I'd be doing shorter runs, just because there's that much competition going. So we got some gears. So you can see how that broke down. So when that binoculars put in would have broken down those into gears. So everything you put into here, so has some form of comeback or has some form of extra bit. So normally it comes in the form of cloth, which you can use to create bags and other items like clothing and things like that. Metal frags, which allows you to build certain bits. Gears, typically if it's high level, that will give you scrap and things like that. Some items like the laptop and CCTV cameras will give you technological or tech rubbish, I think it's called. Or we'll see in a second when it grinds it. There we go. So tech trash. But the end game stuff is this stuff. It's high qual metal and metal. You can build the base quite happily with stone and wood, but it won't last long against most people in PvE because they'll just raid the crap out of it. So you want to be getting up to high qual if you can. If not, get to at least a sheet metal base, which is what the majority of mine is. So that bit of my base there is high qual, but the main tower is sheet metal. Right. Let's see if we trigger a boss, a scientist. I'm not hearing one. You'd hear it because it could bleep. And normally when they do that, that scares the crap out of me. Let's go. Right, okay. So I want to bring this video to an end. So I'm just going to get myself back to my base. We happen to see a scientist on the way. I'll try and kill it. I should be able to kill it with the gun I've got, which is the, I think it's the LA-80. LR-300, yeah. So it's one of the top tier guns, I think, in the game. I haven't had all the top tier guns yet. I think I've only just managed to get up to a Bolty, which is a bolt-action sniper rifle, which is an incredible weapon. It's just so hard to use. So let's go through here. So you can see I've got a lot of neighbours. So some people have been building, then they've just disappeared off the server. And I can't break these things, which is annoying, because we're not allowed to on these. I'd love to break some of the stuff just to clear out my view. Can't see no scientist. Right, okay, we'll call that a day then. So normally, yeah, there's sometimes on the roads you get a scientist, and you'll be able to kill it, and it'll usually drop some loot, but it's mediocre. It's not always the greatest. Sometimes they're actually more hassle than they're worth, because they can be quite difficult to kill if you haven't, especially if you haven't got decent weapons. So just to show you quickly, so this is the the jackhammer. This is a stone. So this is a stone node. So you, in early games, you'd be using wooden tools and things like that. It'd take a lot longer. And then get my chainsaw going. There we go. And then just and what you want to do on the nodes and on the wood is you want to be hitting these X's, or on the nodes it comes up with a little shiny dot. So unfortunately on Thursday this will all disappear and I'll have to start again. But I don't mind that. I don't mind actually. It is, like I said, quite therapeutic. So just to show you, once I farm that, it drops into my inventory like that, and that's it really. But I will be experimenting with some videos soon, where I'll come back onto the PvP server and just learn some white bits. Oh yeah, just really important. Toolbox, tool cupboard. This keeps your base locked so people can't raid it, can't build into it or build around it, and it also allows you have to have a toolbox to stop it from degrading, so it's really important to have that toolbox in place. So yeah, that's it. That's the general gist of it. So yeah, expect some of this content coming soon. It's going to be interesting because it's something I really want to do. I don't want to tread on any of the YouTubers that do this already. This is more for fun. But I've really enjoyed it, and I want to kind of relay that enjoyment to you guys as well. Just so you can kind of see what it's all about, and maybe as I said, maybe a bit harsh to call it adult Minecraft, but that's how it feels at times, because it's adult Minecraft plus because obviously you've got the base management and things like that, so it's not a bad game at all. It really isn't. And for a game that's been around since 2014, I think, if not earlier, it's held up its age really well. So if you do find yourself with some extra money and you want to do it, then I would wholeheartedly recommend getting this game, especially if you've got that kind of mentality like I have, which is once you get into something, your head's set on it, you end up playing and playing and playing and playing and playing. So just let me organise tech trash. As you see, I've got loads now. And like I said, unfortunately, this all pops at the end of the week nearly, which means there's not really much point in me doing this. I might go and have a bit of a shebang at the end of the week and blow stuff up. But the game is massive. There is much more to it than what I've shown you, including farming and storage and getting started. It's good. It's a good game. I would highly recommend it. Highly recommend it. And hopefully you'll be seeing some more content from it soon. Okay, guys. Peace out. I'm going to go to sleep and then go and do bits and bobs. All right. See you in a bit. Ooh, look, it does that when I do that. And all I want to do is this.